Hey, what's going on, everybody? Hello, everyone, and happy Monday. This is Jeff Tyson coming to you with Conversations with Jeff. Real talk show where we come out here and we try and deliver value, impact the lives of those that take a moment to sit down and listen, right? And what am I talking about today, man? I'm talking about guarding our heart, guarding our space, putting a wall around, a boundary around, those that don't mean well for us, those that, are energy drainers, those that have malicious intent, right? I mean, we all know who they are. We all know why we tolerate them, but I'm trying to tell you tonight, stop. Don't do it anymore. Make a list of what to do and what not to do, who not to do it with, right? Especially, I mean, man, how many times do you see somebody coming and you're thinking, oh man, I wish I hadn't run into them. Now I'm stuck and they're going, by the time they leave, I'm just going to be like, oh, I have nothing left for myself. When is that going to be enough? Right? That's what I'm talking about when I talk about guarding our heart, putting a boundary around ourselves, putting more value on ourselves. Don't be afraid to say, I'm busy. I don't think I'm going to be able to do that now and maybe not for a long time. And if you really feel bold and if it's really been heavy on your heart, then share with that person what and why, so that maybe they can take away from something that you shared that you care about and get better at it. Sometimes people aren't told the things that they need to hear, or they're not listening, and they've been told a lot of times. It goes both ways. But for those of us that are really genuine and we don't know, people, we're lonely. I mean, we can be alone in a crowd. You ever been that way? You ever had that feeling, that sensation, where you're in a crowded room, thousands of people, and you feel like you're all by yourself? I have. I know what it feels like to not feel like belonging. I know what it feels like to linger, to long to be part of something. I know what that feels like, right? To compromise myself, to belong, to be a people pleaser. And I'm going to tell you that there's so much freedom on the other side of that when you say, hey, I don't want to do that anymore. You say it to yourself. You wake up in the morning and you decide to do something different. And let me tell you, it's not going to be easy, right? And you may say it and you end up caving in and doing it again. And I want to tell you, you have to be careful about that, because when we promise things to ourselves and we don't fulfill those promises, that is worse than promising to someone else and not doing it. Because if you can't do it for yourself, how important are you? Is a feeling that comes up. And we got to watch and guard against that. And cut us some slack if it doesn't go the way we want to. Cut us some slack. Cut yourself some slack. I have a friend and dear spiritual leader, and he tells me, Jeff, put the bat away. That's enough. All right? You recognize it. You've got a solution. Put the bat away. So I tell you, put the bat away. Right? Some things didn't go well when you were growing up. Work on that. Go back and get to the origin where it went sideways for you. And then there's a process in there about forgiving yourself. There's a process in there about owning the part you played and letting go of the part that you didn't play, which is a lot of. There's a process in forgiveness. There's a process in surrender. And there's growth in that space, because then you become a better partner, a better communicator, a better father, a better husband, a better son, a better wife, girlfriend, boyfriend, mate, whatever it is that you want to be. So guard yourself. Put value in yourself. And it's easier said than done, I know. But do the work on yourself, and the value in yourself will grow. I'm going to say it again. Do the work on yourself, and the value that you have about yourself in yourself will grow. I know for a fact. That the kid that I despised because he had a weird name and he looked goofy based off of what people said, and he wasn't real smart because I was struggling in school. I know what that was like to finally get back and dig that, read and forgive myself. That wasn't my fault. That was just the way it was, right? I didn't have to carry that luggage anymore about the message that people gave me about myself, people that I cared about. Hey, it still shows up. Okay. But I have tools now to learn how to put it aside. Right? So listen to me. I want to tell you that, this is a conversation with Jeff that's going to be real talk. I'm not going to talk at you. I'm going to talk to you. I want you to talk to me. I want to listen to what you have to say, right? Because that's the only way we're going to connect is if you allow me to listen to you, and I'm going to allow you to share with me, right? This is a platform where we're going to talk about a variety of things, but it's all going to come from the foundation of mindset. Not just mindset, but forgiveness, surrender, some acceptance, some love and compassion to move on, right? And listen, I don't have all the answers. I don't pretend to have all the answers, but what I can tell you that conversations with Jeff are going to be based off of the principles of sharing, caring, and seeking to understand rather than be understood, to create a platform where people are comfortable coming in and sharing and talking and bringing value to an audience, a vast audience of people that are concerned about the impact of COVID on their personal life, their business life, their family life, their health, and the Resignation Revolution, right? I mean, that's real talk. And listen, there is no better time than to hang up the towel at the corporate gig, if that's what you want to do with the plan. Be smart about the plan, right? And move into that passion that you've always wanted to do and seek to serve some people. No better time than now to do that. And listen, I've done that before. I've left corporate America and started my own business with a plan. I started my own business, had great success, and got blasted overnight in that business. Felt bad, had to rebuild. Okay, I'm in the real estate business. I love the real estate business. I've had some highs, I've had some lows. I share that, I teach that, right? I mean, I've been divorced. That's a whole nother conversation about lessons I've learned that I can share from the heart about. There's a recovery process from divorce. There's a forgiveness process. There's a mourning process that goes along with all that stuff, right? But it's worth it. You are worth it. No longer living the life of the dressed up garbage can. That's who I am no longer for years now, right? But the dots can still come back. That's why we have conversations with Jeff, to continue to create the dialogue, put the dots together, go back, look back. I saw this quote from Steve Jobs. He said, man, you don't get it together by looking forward. You've got to look backwards, go all the way, way back there to that one dot that, was a self-image destruction dot. And another one was another self-loathing dot. And then you had a success, and you connect all those dots. And when it was, you went sideways. When did your belief in yourself start to change? Or if you ever had all that stuff, you got to do some work. But when you have a conversation with Jeff, we focus on the work. So anyway, just a quick message. Guard your health. Put boundaries around yourself. Put value on yourself by putting boundaries around yourself, around your heart, what you see, what you hear, and what you go, that conversation that rattles in your brain 24/7. My coach showed me the other day. He said, man, you know what? People think about all the things they can do, and the number one thing you can do to make a difference in your life instantly is control the conversation going on in your head about you. That's it. Be aware of it. Be able to interrupt it, replace it with a different message to yourself, and know that it's going to be a lot of work. Because 5% of what we do is consciously driven, and 95% of it is subconscious, particularly if you're 35 years or older. But that 5% is enough. That's enough to make a difference in your life. So anyway, if you get this message, come back and check us out this Thursday at 11 o'clock. I've got a young man, Oliver Perry, coming on. He's a military man. He's a businessman. He's a father. He's a giver. And that's what we want to bring, and that's the messages that we want to share with y'all. So you have a great day. See you on Thursday, 11 o'clock Central Time. Conversations with Jeff at gmail.com. Chime in, share it with your friends. You hear this message, share it with your friends. If you hear this message, follow it with your friends. Do the things necessary to help us get this message out. Be a part of growth. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.